What is it like to spend an entire night in an underground photographic hide in Kenya? In this 3-part wildlife photography journey, you're about to find out, with plenty of photography tips and insights along the way. In this first episode, there's so much dust kicked up by all the action that at some points I can't even see my subject. And I capture my favourite elephant photo ever.
Welcome to Shompole Wilderness. I'm about to spend the whole night in a photography hide with a lighting setup, waiting to see and photograph what animals turn up. I've almost never been so excited for a photography adventure. Just occasionally, I get this sort of like bubbling excitement and enthusiasm, and on the drive here, I just couldn't contain myself. I was so excited to get here. Already having arrived, it's just the most beautiful spot right on the river, and that is what brings the wildlife here. On the journey here, after coming out of Nairobi, going up over the hills, sort of drop down into the Rift Valley, and it gets drier and drier. And for about the last hour, it was just dusty, dry, arid plains. And there was almost no wildlife. And that's because it's all here. It's all drawn to the river. You can hear a load of balloons. Balloons? Baboons. So, what might I get to see? Well, they get everything you could imagine and probably more. Lions, cheetah, elephant, leopards occasionally, lots of plains game, really rare, but they do get caracal, hyenas, all sorts. I've no idea what I'm going to see, and to be honest, I don't really care what I see. I'm not bothered if I see, well, that's a lie, I do sort of want to see a lion, but I'm really actually not that bothered if I do see a lion. I'm just excited to try something new. I've never spent a whole night in a hide before, and then using the lighting system they've got there. So, it's going to be exciting because it's something new, but it's also going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to work out how to use this lighting system. What types of light work well? Is it going to be front light, side light, backlight, a combination of the two? And then really importantly, I'm going to have to understand how the wildlife behaves with the light. Right, time to get myself ready and make sure I don't forget anything, because once we're there and it's pitch black, there is no coming back. I am going to start by giving you a bit of a tour. Firstly, this is just insane. I've just gone down underneath, and any wildlife that comes and drinks at this hole is going to be about 5 meters away. We're right in the middle of this massive, dusty, open area. There's lots of beautiful backdrops. There's Shompole Hill in that direction, and then you've got the dust. The dust should look amazing, especially with the nice light at the end of the day. This is the view from the front, and there is Jonathan, who I'm sure you will meet, who's my guide while I'm here. As he put it, he is my security, my cook, and my guide. This is the watering hole, and those little sections there, that is where I will be photographing, and these shipping containers in the ground is where I'll be spending the night. Pretty epic. So, we're all set up. I just want to talk about my first impressions, or what I am hoping to do, what I'm hoping to capture. I'm sure it's going to change. But first thing is, I've got my 180 to 600. I will use this potentially as subjects are approaching, because I love some shots with dust in them. And as they're walking, they'll kick up the dust. But then when they get closer, I'm going to move on to my 70 to 200, or maybe even 24 to 70, because it's going to feel so intimate. To be that close and be able to use a relatively wide focal length makes images feel so much more intimate. You see that kingfisher just dived into the water.
My first visitor wasn't exactly what I was expecting. An unstriped ground squirrel taking a liking to my nuts was quickly followed by a family of warthogs with 2 tiny piglets.
There's a warthog with his 2 babies. Because it's a group, I'm trying to wait for them to be in a really nice, sort of pleasing formation. So at the moment, one of the young is behind and it's a bit messy. If it comes in front next to its mum on the other side, that'll be a really nice symmetry. So to continue this tour of inside, basically we've got one view looking left. Oh, yeah, there's a wildebeest staring right at me. And then looking out this way, got shots straight towards the waterhole. And then out this way, there's a really big sort of flat, dusty expanse. And I think this could be where I might be able to get some really nice, dusty shots. Actually, there's a zebra. Oh, that could be really cool. So the zebra's not actually moving, but just the wind kicked up all the dust. And it sort of made this really hazy outline. And I think it might make a really nice minimalist shot of the zebra. What I'm hoping is the zebra starts walking again because it's kicking up loads of dust.
Wildlife started to arrive in incredible numbers. It's a truly bizarre sight to see so many species all together at once. The reason? There's safety in numbers. More animals means more eyes, means more chance of seeing whatever might be lurking in the bushes.
So I think there are basically 3 types of shots that work really well. Behaviours and action, light and composition. So I'm really focusing on composition. So I'm trying to use the Shompole Hill in the background. And then I want energy, I want movement, I want action. Nice, oh my gosh. I think that was epic. I had a really nice composition there. The giraffe at the front. And then all these zebra behind. The doves are adding so much energy to the shot as well. Background is everything in a photo. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Yes. That was what I was waiting for. So I had the movement because the giraffe was walking. And I've been waiting for a while now. It sort of keeps moving around. But that was in a really nice position because I framed it up so the giraffe is on the right looking left. So it's got space where it's looking into. And then you've got the Shompole Hill in the background. And there's a little bit of dust kicked up as well. This is the most unreal experience. To be this close.
You know you're in photographic heaven when there's a giraffe drinking just 5 meters from you, but your camera is pointed in a different direction. As one subject leaves, another arrives, on a conveyor belt of photographic potential. It's the turn of the planes game.
The challenge here is trying to get a shot with an interesting composition formation. Particularly looking at the shapes that they create. Being in such a almost easy wildlife photography position, I have to come away with something good. Just coming away with a shot of a zebra at eye level is not enough. I need a really creative composition. Maybe with a few of them in. I feel like images that have more than one subject in are always more interesting because they have a sense of story.
The zebra and wildebeest are incredibly skittish, never lingering for long out in the open, which is understandable given they're the favourite meal of most predators. But there was one advantage to that nervous energy. Every sudden, unnecessary movement from one of the herd would cause them to kick up a thick cloud of dust into the air.
I think what we've established here is that the Zebra are very nervous. Oh, that's cool. That's epic. Oh, wow. Because of all the dust, I've just got the shape of the giraffe's head up above. And again, I think that'll make a really nice minimalist shot.
I almost love this shot. The shapes, the light, and the dust add so much atmosphere. But I think it's important to stay critical, and for me, the zebra in front of the giraffe completely ruins the shot. It's distracting from what would otherwise have been a beautifully minimalist composition. Who'd have thought too many animals would be one of the challenges? As the zebras began to disperse, one of the species I'd been most excited to photograph appeared in the distance.
There's an elephant coming in. I'm going vertical here because I think it fits the shape.
The closer he came, the stronger the images became, which is often the way it goes. A closer subject creates portraits that feel far more intimate and more impactful. As the first elephant settled at the waterhole, a second began to approach, one with enormous tusks. This is why patience is everything in wildlife photography, because moments like this are rare. This was the opportunity for a truly portfolio-worthy shot.
I'm trying to time the shot with when the elephant flaps its ears like that. So much more shape. Go on. And the more it walks directly into the camera, the better the composition. Yes, now it's directly facing me. That's so much stronger than when it was sort of half facing me. Wow.
I'd barely begun my time in the hide and I was already presented with a dream shot. His sheer power and dominance on full display. Definitely one for the print collection. As he moved closer, I shifted my approach, aiming for a tighter portrait to emphasize the things that really grabbed my attention. The dust, the movement in his legs, and those enormous tusks. In the next episode, part 2, two big bull elephants get so close I can't even fit them in the frame. And there's so many species together at once, it almost looks fake.